Hey, I have something good for you today. It's all about trying to figure out how much money are you going to make when you launch your product, your course, or whatever it is. Now, you're doing all the calculations and you're dreaming big and you think, yes, let's make 40,000 off of this launch. It's certainly doable. But this video is just to bring your feet back down to the ground a little bit and help you understand basically the numbers in the online business. It's all about numbers. Okay. So I have a spreadsheet that I'm going to walk you through showing you how, when you're planning out your launch, to how can you realistically start projecting how many numbers, how many people need to see your ads and everything else. Okay. So let me share my screen here, and we will start out by looking at, if I can find it here, looking at this spreadsheet. Now, it's a super simple spreadsheet. And if you want a copy, just comment below and I'll make sure you get a copy. And I always start out with a Start Here tab, basically telling you to make a copy of it so you've got a backup, and then modify the details. Okay. So in the main tab down here, Revenue Waitlist Calculator, all you need to do is put your offer name here. So I'm relaunching my digital business academy. Okay. And what's my target revenue? I would love to make $40,000 off of this launch. Now, here's where the tricky part comes. What is your projected email audience to waitlist opt-in rate? Now, you might be thinking, I have no idea what that is. Don't worry. I hate to tell you, but the average is only 1.5%. Okay, it's not a ton. Now, if you're in a very unique market, if your product or service is really hot, everybody's chomping at the bit for it, then you could increase it. But I would rather figure things realistically than to be disappointed at the end. Okay. So 1.5 or 2% opt-in is pretty general across the board. And then what I want you to do is what is it that you're selling? Okay. So I'm just going to say my DBA membership, and it's only $47 a month. It's a no-brainer. Then what is the projected conversion rate? And again, these are pretty industry average. If you've been in business for a while, then it might be different. But again, plan on the low side, then you'll be excited when you hit those or surpass it. So I'm just going to say the conversion rate. So in other words, the people, once they've opted in on that wait list, from actually converting and signing up, I'm going to say it's 4%. Okay. And then I'm going to have an upsell, and an upsell, maybe I'm going to offer a VIP session, and I'm going to say it's $97. And the average is usually 10%. Now, it does differ depending on the price here. Okay. And then I might, excuse me, have another one-time offer. Oh, I don't know. Let me just say, what do I want to offer? A template. Okay. And maybe the template's only $9. Okay. And then again, the projected. So what this chart is showing us is we would need to sell of the people joining the membership, 132 people would need to opt in. On the VIP session, 10% of those people would be 330. And then the one-time offer, and you can change these however you want, would be 198. So what does that calculate to if I am trying to get to the 40,000? It means that my wait list size needs to be 3,300 people, because remember here that our projected opt-in is about 1.5. So my email list size needs to be about 2,200. So is that making sense what I'm saying? All right, let me come back here and just talk to you for a quick second. So you run an ad, maybe you're active with organic marketing, but an ad, once you see the numbers, is the way to go. So you first have to get in front of so many people. And then once you get in front of those people, you want those people to opt in. Once they opt in, they're on your list and you start promoting this. How many of those people on the list will actually purchase? Okay, so let me come back here to the spreadsheet again. So then that's where we come up with these numbers, our wait list size, our email size. Okay. And then that's how we would get to this point. So uh, at this point, you might be thinking, wow, I'm never going to hit my goals. So I do have on the same spreadsheet, I have some suggestions for you on how you can get those conversion rates higher. So let me just open that up here. Whoops. And let's just talk about that. So there's another tab down at the bottom called conversion tips. So what are some things that you can do on the opt-in form here? Keep it simple. So on that wait list, only ask for the essential information. If you don't need their last name, if you don't need their phone number, just their name and email, super simple. Okay. And use compelling copy. That's at the end of the day, that copy is what's going to get them excited, but you want to focus on the incentive. In other words, AKA what's in it for them. And then the other thing is think about using pop-ups, because pop-ups can increase the opt-ins. One study said by over 400%. Now I have to tell you, I hate opt-ins, but they must work. So think about using it. The next thing is the email effectiveness. So when you're emailing these people, the subject line is that first date, so to speak. So make it very clear and personalize the content and have very strong CTAs. Tell them exactly what they need to do. And then on your landing page, make sure it's compelling and distracting. In other words, you're only offering this one thing, one focus. We want you to opt in for this wait list because then you're going to learn ABC. Okay. Another thing you can do is what's known as the A/B testing. In other words, test different copy, test the placement of the CTA and the page placements. Okay, so just play around with it and put them out there and see which ones get more traction. Test different balloon ads. And so what do I mean by that? A balloon ad basically is a very simple Facebook ad that just has text, just the bare minimum, and have different like emotional type triggers. Put them out there, run a test for a week, and see which ones get more traction. You can also use what we call the A/B funnel pages. So in other words, you would just clone or copy those funnel pages, and the A has the CTA at the very top, the B has the CTA right above the fold, and so forth. Okay. The other thing that's very important is make sure you're using social proof and urgency. So display testimonials and specific user results. Now you have to be careful. You can't say, hey, you're going to make $1 million when you opt in for this, and you need to let people know that results may not be typical, but people are more inclined to trust something when they see that somebody else has had a good result. We all read those reviews on Amazon. It's the same thing here. So make sure that you show those social proofs. And then if you offer some kind of a limited time offer, such as everybody that signs up today is going to get this extra bonus. Okay. Or right now I'm running a beta launch and, or this workshop is free. In the future, I'm going to start charging. So do something to add that urgency to get people to act today. And the other thing is think about segmenting your audience. So you could tailor your message based on specific demographics or interest. So if you have a database, hopefully you're tagging people that come into your world. So based on what kinds of things, if you're tagging people who always click on your YouTube videos, for instance, or tagging people who have opted in for a certain lead magnet, then tailor the emails going out to them because you know what their pain points and you know what they're interested in. Also, you could personalize follow-up emails based on their user behavior. And think about providing value up front. So you could start this whole funnel process by offering a really juicy, valuable lead magnet. Make sure that it actually solves a specific problem and provide quick wins. Because when you're doing this, and we're not talking about these fluffy 50-page PDFs that say nothing, we're talking about actually helping them get from A to B. And when you do that, guess what? You've already built that trust factor with them and they're like, wow, you're giving this away for free. This is awesome. I want to opt in for the next thing. Okay. Is that making sense? All right. So let me come back here and talk to you face to face. So I don't want you to get discouraged when you see at the end of the day, it is a numbers game. So what can you do? You need to get your message out there. You need to use a variety of platforms. You probably need to do some advertising. If you're going to do it organically only, it's going to take quite a while to get those numbers to come in. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's like there's so much stuff to do. With the Go High Level platform, it is super easy because we can build all these things on the back end, and it makes it just like a hot knife through butter, super easy. And people that's inside my Digital Business Academy, they actually get me helping them because we will create these funnels and the automations so that they can just focus on launching their product. So hope this was helpful. Don't want to discourage you. Pay attention to your numbers. If you want a copy of this spreadsheet, comment below and I'll send it over to you. And if you want more help, personalized help, strategies, support, join the Digital Business Academy. We would love to have you in there. All right. Thanks for watching. And if you're catching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. All right. See you later.